Welcome into another episode of the Paul Farrington Show. We're going to be doing a little mailbag today. Recording, as you can see, we're in the same clothes. We're recording on the same night as the NFC North breakdown, but this is going to come out a day later because we're going to have a lot of content coming from these episodes. So we'll jump right in to the mailbag here. Our first question coming from, I do the best I can. I really do the best I can on these pronunciations here. I'm going to be really careful with this.
That's all we can ask for.
From, I'm going to say, Nishir Salas. You guys need to start asking the real hard-hitting question. Oh, this is a ridiculous question. I'm sorry. Horrendous start to the mailbag. What is each NFC North quarterback's guilty pleasure TV show? I'm sorry. I meant to start with a real football question.
That's a good one. Kirk Cousins watches Friends.
Guilty pleasure show?
Absolutely.
I think so. I watch all the time.
Jared Goff probably watches like One Tree Hill.
I could see that, yeah. Jordan Love's a young guy. Jordan Love's like a South Park dude.
No, Jordan Love is definitely into Euphoria.
Oh, I could see that, yeah.
Euphoria?
Yeah, Euphoria. Something like that. Or like Gin and Ginny, whatever those shows are.
Ginny and Georgia?
Ginny and Georgia?
No, that's Justin Fields.
It's Justin Fields. It's Justin
Fields is Ginny and Georgia. That's a great show, Ginny and Georgia. I like Ginny and Georgia.
Yeah. You know what Jordan Love likes? I got Jordan Love. He's not Euphoria. He's Emily in Paris. Jordan Love's probably watching Emily in Paris. He's soaked up in that.
Hey, another good one.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. X Pomsky X asks, this is a Vikings question. What are your thoughts on Vikings head coach statement on Kirk Cousins being a free agent? He says, I will quote it for reference here. I've been having kind of the dialogue that you have with a player like Kirk, the relationship we've built up over a long period of time. I know Kirk, where he's at in this whole process. He's earned the right to be a free agent, played really good football. I know Kirk's going to go through a full process. He's a process guy. And hopefully we continue to be a strong part in that process and figure out a way to keep him in Minnesota. My expectation is we're not going to be the only ones who would like Kirk Cousins as our quarterback in 2024. Is this a bad view, or what are your expectations with Kirk? Well, we talked about this in the previous show.
You guys go ahead.
I think Kirk is going to stay in Minnesota. That really is my belief. It's hard for me to see him leaving. He's got a life there. We're going to pay him a competitive rate. It's tough for me to see him going. But like what? I don't exactly know what people expect the Vikings to go out and say. They're not going to go out and say, we're going to keep him no matter what. So that's just not true. If someone blows you away on the offer, Kirk is the kind of guy. He's not Patrick Mahomes. You can let him walk if the money's there.
Mm-hmm.
But what you do is you leverage the fact you've got a personal relationship with him. He's been highly successful in Minnesota, at least by his standards. And he likes it there. What else are you supposed to say?
No, I think it's a perfect response from O'Connell. What it is, it's truthful. You know, at the NFL Combine, when you hear all these guys talking, you wonder how many coaches and GMs are really saying what they believe or a truthful statement. This to me is all, we know this about Kirk Cousins. You know, he's the guy who has his life scheduled 15 minutes at a time. He takes rocks out of buckets to see how much more time he has left on earth. Like, this is a very detailed guy who's going to go through an entire process before signing any sort of deal. And he's not just going to, we said on the last show, he's one of the best negotiators in the history of sports. Obviously, Kirk Cousins is going to be very careful before signing any extension or any new contract with the Vikings. So I do think that the Vikings would love to have him back. But if Atlanta comes in and gives him a huge deal, and Kevin O'Connell knows like there is a limit to what we're going to give him. So I don't think this is bad at all from O'Connell. It's exactly what I'd expect him to say.
And it's what I think too.
Yeah, I think it's completely fine. All right, Stuck Mund says, hello guys, big fan lately. Stuckmund. I got you.
Stuckmund.
That's funny.
Stuckman? Yeah, sorry. Stuckman.
Stuckman.
All right, come on. It's not like Stuckman is not a name that just.
It kind of sounds like stuck in the mud. That's what I was laughing.
Stuckman says, hello guys, big fan lately. Thanks for the great content.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's very nice. My question is about the recent influx of Packers fans to the channel, specifically how they influenced your view on the franchise. As in, do you respect the Packers or their fans a little more due to their support? Do you dislike them more because the fan base has infiltrated your comment sections, or have your opinions remained the same? There's some Vikings fans I know that hate the Packers less because Rodgers is gone, while some reject the support of Packer fans in all circumstances. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Let me start.
You can go ahead.
I think that, being a non-Vikings fan, obviously, I love it. I think that you guys should like to say anything besides embrace this unbelievable support is ridiculous. Like they've made us so much. They've made us some dough. They've got us our stubs. They're coming in daily to these videos, commenting. They've built up this show.
I haven't said anything bad. Like,
I think it's crazy for you guys to say anything besides loving the embracement from these fans.
So my opinion of Packers fans has not increased. That's because I didn't really have a negative view of Packers fans in the first place, right? Like this isn't, USC fans, I got a real problem with USC and their fans. I think they support an evil institution and they should suffer. The Packers are a fine team. I respect what they do. I'm frustrated by how good they are all the time. But like the Packers fans that I've known have been nice. Like they have some obnoxious fans, sure, but every fan base has obnoxious fans. I have no problem with the Packers. So, my opinion hasn't gone up, but that's only because it wasn't very negative of the fans to begin with. Now, the organization, it's not like I like the Packers, right? They're our rivals. I don't enjoy what they do. I hope they lose every single game for the rest of the time. But your fans are fine. I got no problem with them.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that there's an increased level of respect from them. I've always thought the Packer fan base is just a great fan base. It's people who love their team. It's people.
You're not bandwagons, like they're real fans.
No, they're not bandwagoners. I mean, and I will say, similar to you, Ziggy, it's really infuriating to a degree, but almost every single Packer fan I meet, I really, really like. My neighbors grew up the street. They're some of our best friends in the whole world. We go on vacation with them every single year. Huge, diehard Packer fans. A couple of our friends from college, we went to Notre Dame right there. Big Packers fans there. Some of our best friends in the world. Like Packers fans in general. I'll tell you this story from when we went to the Vikings Giants playoff game. We had, our neighbor was with us, the big Packer fan, and he had a Packer shirt on just to kind of mess with us. And one of the guys in the stand started chirping at him, a Viking fan, understandably so. At a playoff game, you wear a Packer outfit.
The Packers aren't even playing.
Yeah, Packers aren't playing. So we're like, it's okay. He's with us. Relax. He's a good guy. And he just turns around and goes, yeah, that's the thing. Most of them are really good guys. It's annoying. It's like, I really like Packer fans. I do find them to be pretty funny how confident they are, but it's deserved at this point. I have no beef with them at all. And yes, I think it's awesome. And we're very thankful that they've come in and supported the show the way they have. So appreciate that. XX McLovin. Let's see. He has a bunch of questions here. We'll try and hit a few of them. He says also, Ziggy, hope the golden voice is healed up for this week's mailbag. So
it's not 100%, but it's getting better.
I thought whoever left that comment, I can't remember. It might have been McLovin, but whoever left the golden voice, like need that golden voice back. I was dying laughing. Let's go with this one. What are your thoughts on Caleb Williams not participating in any drills during the combine?
I've thought about this a little bit. I worry that as the NFL Combine is becoming like a bigger and bigger fan and broadcasting event, it's losing so much of what value it has to the NFL teams. Mm-hmm. Athletic testing is a weird sort of thing. It doesn't correlate with success like you'd think for the most part. But, increasingly players near the top of the draft, and even surprisingly this year, some day 2 and even day 3 guys have decided not to do the combine. Caleb Williams didn't even do the medical testing, which was the one thing I thought would for sure stay around. Things are changing a lot where, Michigan, they had 18 guys go to the combine and 1 did every single drill. Mm-hmm. It's very, very rare for players who are expected to be taken in the first couple of rounds to do every drill. Caleb Williams is just continuing that trend. And why would you do drills to the combine? If you have a good season playing, doing any drill that you aren't certain you're going to excel at. So whether that's the throwing drills of wide receivers that you've never practiced with before versus your pro day, or a particular agility drill or strength drill that you've never done before, never done particularly well on. There's zero reason to do anything at the combine you won't exceed at. So I think that's just going to continue. I have no problems with it. I don't expect to see Caleb Williams go out there and throw, but it is too bad, I think, because I really do like watching these guys compete at the combine.
Yeah, I kind of have an opposite view. I mean, I don't get why not? I think it's one final chance to show.
Well, Caleb Williams doesn't have to. He's going to be the number 1 pick. Like Marvin Harrison, he knows he's going to be top 5. Does he really need to do?
I guess there's a difference if if you know you're a clear-cut top 5 pick versus whether you're a second or third.
Like if Devin Leary doesn't throw, you might go, it's a little, that's a chance for you to get some more national attention.
Yeah.
I do think, like, obviously we'd love to. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and Williams all didn't throw. I'd love to see them go out there. Yeah, Joe Milton. Did you see the videos of Joe Milton throwing the ball?
Like 70 yards flat.
It was ridiculous. Like watching these guys go out and compete with each other, because at the end of the day, they are competing. It's fun to watch. But when you're, like you said, Ziggy, at your pro day, you control everything. Like it is I went to the Notre Dame pro day a couple of years ago. It is an extremely controlled process. Everything that the players want, they do that exact way.
Well, I don't blame quarterbacks for not throwing to wide receivers they've never met. What does it say in Proverbs, right? Even a fool is thought wise if he keeps silent, discerning if he holds his tongue. There's no reason to go out there and put up these guys know what they can bench, right? Why would you ever go out and bench poorly? Why would you ever go out and do a shuttle drill poorly? Just don't do it.
Yeah. I guess, if you know you're going number 1, I guess what's the point?
It's more disappointing than it is concerning. It's like I'm not worried about Caleb Williams. It's not like, oh, this is a big character flaw. The point of the combine, Andy Reid said this, Dan Campbell said this. They want the interviews. Like that's what coaches want to see. Andy Reid said he doesn't care about the numbers, the stats, the drills. Like you can watch tape.
Increasingly, coaches aren't even showing up for the interviews. 6 head coaches skipped this year.
Yeah, some of them do, but there is a feel that you can get in one-on-one interviews with people that you can't get in other situations where, and I'm sure you can have private workouts with people. They do that. So, but that's one thing. People like the interviews at the draft. Okay. A quick comment from McLovin. We'll add this in here too. He just says, did the Rasul Douglas end zone interception destroy the Cardinals franchise for several years? Said they're 12-32 since that game. I mean, maybe that's a great theory.
Maybe it did.
And you could see all the NFC North in the successful year, the improvements they need to make. We just yesterday, you probably saw it by the time this comes out, but we talked about all the division ways for them to improve right there. At Go Pack Go Infinity, I wonder who he's a fan of, says, will the Vikings go after a quarterback like Sam Darnold if they can't retain Kirk?
Yeah.
I think they will, yeah.
Why wouldn't you, right? Sam Darnold's a free agent. You can get him for a few $1 million. Throw him out there and let him get beat up while you have your rookie learn the playbook.
I guess
throw him out and let him get beat up while you let the rookie learn the playbook. Throw him out. Start the rookie, but draft the rookie.
Yeah. That's what the bridge quarterback is, right? This is what Tyrod Taylor is brought in to do, right? You bring him in, he helps the rookie along. You give him a few $1 million in exchange for a few bumps, bruises, sprains, fractures, and then you move on.
Yeah, no, they will 100% do that, and it probably would be Sam Darnold.
That's what they would.
Sam
do.
Darnold would probably be the guy. I think there are rumors of that. At Jackery McSimmons, Jackery.
Oh, there you
ever gone by Jackery?
No, it's not considered now. Maybe
it's not bad. He says, "What are your guys' dark horse Super Bowl picks?" So we talked about this briefly on the last mailbag. I actually like the Rams as a dark horse. Does that count as a dark horse, the Rams?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd say a dark horse.
I like the Rams as a dark horse.
If the Rams don't count as a dark horse, you can't pick anyone as a dark.
True.
The Falcons? No.
Yeah, I'd say the Rams are my dark horse, and I'm excited to watch the Colts. I think it's an absurd pick, and I'm not picking the Colts, but I can't wait to see Richardson come back healthy.
It's a good one.
It is possible that with an improved run game, Justin Herbert and the Chargers are just able to put it together. They've got a fair amount of talent on the defense. They can improve the talent on the offense fast. They'll finally have a leader. Will they win the Super Bowl? Probably not. But would it be shocking to see the Chargers go on a little bit of a run and make some trouble for teams? No.
You can see the wheels turning in Jack's head. Frantically find a team.
You know what I'm going to say?
He wants to say. Don't say it, Jack. Come on.
Would the Dolphins count as a dark horse or not really?
Yeah, I count them.
Yeah. I'm more.
This team sucks.
But yeah, I feel like are the Dolphins going to win the Super Bowl? No.
I'd probably go Dolphins and Packers.
I think the Dolphins are more of a dark horse than Green Bay.
Yeah, the Packers are not a dark horse at all.
A dark horse to win the Super Bowl.
Let's see.
I don't know. Packers fans comment. Do you think Green Bay's a dark horse?
So the odds to win, you have one. Here's top 10. San Francisco, then Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, Dallas. That's 1 through 5. 6 through 10, Detroit, Cincy, Philly, Miami, Green Bay.
I said, what are the odds? Plus
Green
what?
Bay's plus 2,200. Miami
That's a dark
plus
horse.
2,100.
That's a dark horse.
See, I feel like dark horse is more in that
22 to 1.
If you were the 9th or 10th favorite to win the Super Bowl, you're a dark horse.
Is a 3 seed a dark horse to win the NCAA tournament?
22 to 1?
Is a 3 seed a dark horse?
Well, the NCAA tournament's different, but yeah, I'd be surprised if take a below average 3 seed. Yeah, that's a dark horse.
I think the Colts are that's a true dark horse.
Yeah, but they're not winning the Super Bowl.
Win.
They have no chance.
There's a dark horse. Yeah,
the dark horse can win the Super Bowl.
Well, we're trying to give Jackery teams that have some chance
to be a dark horse with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, the Jets aren't winning anything next year. They're winning 6 games.
It's like your guys' theory. No. There's winners and
that's a better answer than the Colts.
Oh yeah, the Colts are horrible. But the Colts are, the really dark horse.
Because the Colts cannot win it. That's not even a dark horse.
The Colts have a better chance than the Jets next year.
Me making this whole big deal about Jack taking the 9 or 10 team, and I took the Rams who are 12. Right there.
I think the Rams are better than the
Where are the Chargers?
The Chargers are 13. They're plus 3,000, and then 11 is Houston. So hey, I mean, look, I'm not the one picking a top 10 ranked team.
You're picking top 12.
I'm not either.
Okay. Merle asks thoughts on the college football playoff expanding. Jack, let's go to.
I'm assuming Merle means expanding to 14, not 12.
I was actually thinking he meant 12.
I love the 12 team,
but we could have both. Do you like 12? Do you like would you go to 14?
No, I like 12 because to me at the end of the season, like there's no difference in I don't think the 13 or 14 can really win it. For me, I like the 8 initially. Because I think every single season, there's 8 teams who can win the championship. And look at last year as a prime example. Look at who got left out. There were 8 teams last year who could have won it. Georgia could have won it. Who else didn't make the field?
Florida State.
They couldn't have
Florida State with a healthy Travis, let's say. But then someone else.
Say they were.
Then someone else is bumped.
Oregon.
Right. Then someone else is. But yeah, Oregon. Ohio State.
Yep, Ohio State.
There were 8
that's
teams,
8 right there.
There were 8 teams that could have won it. And that happens
Notre Dame.
Yeah. That happens every single year. So I've always said boost it to 8. I think 12 is a bit much, but I think 12 is fine.
You shouldn't go past 12.
Anything beyond 12 is a lot.
No, we haven't
expansion. I'm a huge fan of the expansion. Like you're telling me Ohio State here couldn't have won the NCAA, they couldn't have won the championship. Of course they could have.
Yeah,
they had one loss at Michigan by 6 points. They got left out. You can't have 4.
My official position is we should contract it to 0. There shouldn't be a national championship game, but that ain't happening. That door is closed. So I think 12 is a very reasonable number. You get to have a couple. What, Paul?
You want to go old school?
Yeah. But I want bowl games to mean something again, but that's just not happening. So 12 lets you put in the 8 teams that Jack's talking about. A few other fan bases can get some excitement. There can be upsets in college football. You can have runs, so that's exciting. The fact that they're talking about expanding to 14 before we've hit a single year at 12 because the Big Ten and SEC want more TV money and are probably going to bully their way into it is absolutely ridiculous.
I agree.
But no, expanding it to 12, I think, is reasonable. You're going to have many more games that matter later in the season, which is good. It's unfortunate that rivalry week will lose a little bit of the playoff luster, but those games matter anyway. Seeding will be important. You'll finally get some playoff games on college campuses.
That's going to be unbelievable.
I can't wait to go to South Bend to watch Notre Dame play a playoff game.
Oh, dude, that's going to be great.
There's a lot to look forward to with it.
That's the thing also. So I just rattled off 8 teams. And let's say last year with Hartman, Notre Dame was 11-1. That's 9 teams. It's every year there's a solid handful of teams who should be in the playoff and who probably have a chance to win it who don't have a chance.
Yeah. And you always wonder about undefeated UCF or whatever. What would they be able to do?
You get that group of 5.
That'll be fun too.
Undefeated group of 5 team in it. I think 14's a lot because if you go to 14, you get the Ole Misses who would just get killed.
Yeah, that's just so the Big Ten and SEC can send their 9-win teams.
And Ziggy, you're right. We haven't even seen 12 yet. So can we just do 12? If we go to 14, then it's going to go. It'll go to 16 at some point.
12's a good number.
14.
12's a good number right now.
I like 12 as well. And there'll probably be some blowouts 12.
Of course.
Liberty would have gotten in. Liberty, Oregon would have been a playoff game.
Would have been a bloodbath. It would have been a bloodbath.
It wasn't a bloodbath.
But it's hard when a team finishes 14-0 to leave them out. So you give them a chance.
Yeah, Florida State, it would. I didn't think they should get in. You definitely thought they should have. That would have been fun to go watch.
I'm saying even a team like Cincinnati in recent years, like when they were undefeated. Like I think they deserve a shot.
Yeah.
Like those group of 5 teams.
Kyle Lowney says, not a question, but as a Packers fan, I don't hate the Vikings anymore because of you guys. And that's saying a lot. Respect. All right, we'll take that. Bridging the gap. Mercury Road, this is a comment. He says, yes. This is pretty good. Says, yes. Packers versus Bears, 4th quarter with 2 minutes left in the game, and Caleb Williams has the ball. The burning question everyone wants to know is, does Caleb have the arm strength, the accuracy, the pocket presence to pull the Bears within 42 points against the Packers' 4th string defense? Yes.
Caleb, I'm just saying, Packers fans, you can be excited now. You can keep lording it over the Bears. If this Bears team gets a quarterback, and they might be getting a quarterback, let's not forget what happened on January 7th, right? The Bears played the Packers within 1 score. Justin Fields did absolutely nothing. Khalil Herbert did absolutely nothing. This is a Packers team, remember, with a lot on the line, right? They were fighting for their playoff lives. So I'm just saying this rivalry could change faster than you know.
Oh, if Caleb's good, the Bears, Packers, and Lions are just... it's a bad time to be a Viking fan.
That's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, remember like the Chiefs-Broncos rivalry, right? And like how the Broncos seem to always win those games every single time when it was important. And then now what it's become.
Yeah, now it's...
Chiefs have beat them like what?
Well, they finally won one this year. I think they won one.
Oh, they did.
Our last question here comes from our good friend Aiden Cook. He actually texted me this right before. He's like, are you guys recording? I said, not yet. Not yet. We're consistently delayed, which is my bad. Aiden says, if you had to add an event to the combine for each position group, we don't have to do each one. Maybe just pick one you like. Related to football or not, what would some of them be? He goes, for example, I'd love to see the big boys max a deadlift and the receivers have a dunk contest.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So a random NFL combine drill.
You know what I want to add? Quarterback javelin throw. Tell me it wouldn't be cool to see, like, imagine every quarterback has to do it. Imagine Josh Allen just like dropping back and chucking a spear. I get that that's incredibly dangerous and you could never do this. But could you imagine you could somehow make this safe? Wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the world? You read like those Greek stories about Achilles, right? Throwing a spear like 1,000 yards. Josh Allen could actually do that.
I mean, I'd want to see like cornerbacks try to golf.
Cornerbacks golfing. So you're completely lost.
Like, you get that unbelievable hand-eye coordination. I think that's big when you're talking about a corner. Got to play your man in the ball.
Jake, these guys can't play golf.
Got your head on a swivel. It's all about that hand-eye
situation.
It's all about that hand-eye. Like when everybody's watching you, like, can you hit that golf ball? Yeah.
I think I might get the big boys in the pool and have them race.
Like a swimming race?
Swimming. Have them dive in. Can you imagine the splashes on impact of those huge 300-pound guys?
Defensive tackle diving contest.
Defensive tackle diving contest. That's right. Or cannonball, something like that.
80% of those guys could do a proper dive.
No. Well, actually, they're good athletes, but yeah.
They're too big.
That would be... That would be awesome. Although, one that actually would be a lot of fun is if they lined up the receivers and had them race. That would actually be kind of fun. Good receivers or running backs race. Like, I would enjoy watching like heats of the top receivers.
Like Hill versus like Mostert in a race.
Anyone. It would just be kind of cool. Like having who's Worthy? Did Worthy set the record this weekend? Like having him
comparatively like a Hill versus a Mostert.
Yeah, whoever it may be. Like having those guys line up against each other and run a 40-yard dash, like a race. I think that would be kind of cool to watch if you're gonna take a more like realistic approach to the question.
No, I'm going with the javelin. F it.
The javelin is great.
Now, I want to see these.
Can you imagine Josh Allen launching a javelin?
I want to see these top corners swing a golf club.
That would be disgusting.
I feel like someone in the comments is going to have something we've missed, and I'll feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
But
something like what a better answer would have been.
Dunk contest would be kind of cool too. The deadlift. All right, that'll wrap up our mailbag for today. We'll be back with another episode later this week. Probably coming out tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. So coming out Thursday, we'll have another episode, and then we're off to the weekend, just like that. So,
it's close to free agency, Paul. Things are about to start flying in the NFL.
Reactions. Kirk might be like by the time this comes out, Kirk might even be gone. We don't know. We'll see what happens. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you later on the Paul Farrington Show.